Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button right now. There's something Los Angeles does that almost no other franchise in baseball can replicate, and it doesn't involve a $700 million contract or a blockbuster trade that breaks Twitter at 2 in the morning. It's quieter than that. It's the kind of thing that slips through the cracks of the news cycle, barely gets a blurb on the big sites, and then 3 months into the summer, you're sitting there watching a guy absolutely deal in a meaningful game and going, wait, who even is that? That's the Dodgers. That's their secret weapon. And they just did it again. Before we get into it, if you're not subscribed yet, do it now. We are 1 week away from opening day, and this channel is going to be your home base for everything Dodgers, roster decisions, updates, injury news, all of it, coming at you every single day. Hit the sub button, hit the notification bell, and let's make sure you don't miss a thing. Now let's get into what's actually happening here. The signing is Logan Allen. Left-handed pitcher, turns 29 in May, minor league deal, Camelback Ranch. He posted pictures of himself at the facility on Instagram on Thursday. Barely any fanfare, no press conference, just a guy showing up and going to work. Sportsnet's Shi Davidi broke the news, and I know what some of you are already thinking. Minor league deal, this isn't news. But sit with me for a second, because the full picture on this one is way more interesting than the headline suggests. And the timing of it couldn't be more relevant to where this roster actually stands right now. Let's start with who Logan Allen is, and let's clear up the confusion right away because, yes, there are two Logan Allens in professional baseball, and the situation between them has genuinely become its own subplot. There's the Logan Allen currently in the Cleveland Guardians rotation, left-hander, pitched for Team Panama at the World Baseball Classic, and then there's this Logan Allen, the one the Dodgers just signed, who pitched for Team Canada at the same tournament. Same name, both lefties, both with Cleveland Guardians experience on their resumes. It has confused people for years. But the WBC actually gave this particular chapter of the story a fitting moment. Ahead of the Pool A game between Canada and Panama on March 8th, both Logans Allen had a face-off after the national anthem, staying on the field to see who would be the last one standing, the same way Scott Van Slyke and Joe Kelly once did during the 2013 NLCS in St. Louis. Two guys with the same name, the same handedness, the same organization in their past, standing on a baseball field in a stare-down before a World Baseball Classic game. That's genuinely one of the better baseball stories of the spring. Lock in, we are talking about Team Canada Logan Allen, former Padres prospect, KBO veteran, now a Dodger. So where did this guy come from and why should you care? Allen was drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the 8th round of the 2015 draft. He came to San Diego in the deal that sent Craig Kimbrell to Boston, a package that included Manuel Margot, Javier Guerra, and Carlos Asuaje alongside Allen. He wasn't the headliner of that trade, but he was considered a legitimate piece. He rose to become a genuine top prospect in the Padres system before eventually making his MLB debut in 2019. From there, the path got complicated. San Diego, then Cleveland in the Trevor Bauer trade, then Baltimore, then Arizona. His career big league line across 45 games, including 15 starts, sits at a 5.79 ERA in 124 and a third innings, with 89 strikeouts and 52 walks. The stuff was always there in flashes. The consistency never fully arrived. When Allen couldn't land an affiliated spot after his Arizona contract ran out, he made a decision that a lot of guys in his situation make. He went overseas. He signed with the NC Dinos in the Korea Baseball Organization for the 2025 season. And then he went out and threw 173 innings. Let that number breathe for a second. 173 innings. In 32 appearances, 31 of them starts. He posted a 4.53 ERA with 149 strikeouts and 67 walks. The ERA isn't a sparkling number, but durability in today's game is genuinely rare currency. Very few pitchers at any level are being asked to eat innings like that anymore, and Allen did it all season long. He took the ball every 5 days, stayed healthy, and worked. That matters. It tells you the arm isn't broken. It tells you the body is right. And 149 strikeouts across 173 innings tells you there's still functional stuff in there. He's not just grinding through at-bats and surviving. He's missing bats. Then came the World Baseball Classic, and that's really where the story turns. Allen worked out of the bullpen for Team Canada, making 2 relief appearances across the tournament. He allowed just 1 run in 3.1 innings, finishing with an ERA around 2.70, and helped Canada make a memorable run in the event. On an international stage with eyes on him that hadn't been there in years, he delivered. And it was enough to catch the attention of Dodgers evaluators who came away intrigued. Allen himself spoke about what suiting up for Canada meant to him. Preparing for the WBC, it was like preparing for the World Series, being a free agent. This is what I looked forward to more than finding out what team I'm going to sign with. Where am I going to be this season? I was looking forward to playing for Team Canada. That's a guy who genuinely loves the game and hasn't let years of roster moves and organizational shuffles steal that from him. He didn't know where his 2026 was going to play out. He was preparing to pitch in Mexico before the WBC opportunity arrived. And instead of grinding on that uncertainty, he channeled everything into the chance to wear his country's jersey. That mindset matters. The Dodgers are an organization that pays close attention to mental makeup alongside raw stuff, and there's something in that quote that tells you what kind of competitor Allen is. Now, here's the detail from this signing that's actually most significant from a roster construction standpoint, and it's one that didn't get a lot of attention in the initial reporting. Logan Allen is completely out of minor league options. He burned through them from 2019 to 2021 while bouncing between San Diego and Cleveland. What that means practically is that if the Dodgers decide to keep him in the organization once the season starts and he's on the 40-man roster, they can't just send him up and down freely. If they add him and want to option him down, they can't. He'd have to clear waivers first. So the bar for him actually sticking on the MLB roster once he's added to the 40-man is meaningfully lower than it would be for a player with options remaining. The Dodgers would essentially be committing to carrying him at the big league level or risking losing him to another organization. That's not a small thing. It changes the calculus on how realistic a MLB appearance actually is for Allen. And the fact that Los Angeles still signed him knowing the option situation, knowing the commitment that comes with it, tells you they genuinely believe there's something here worth protecting. This is also the second time this offseason the Dodgers have gone back to the KBO well for a veteran left-hander. Cole Irvin made 28 starts for the Doosan Bears last season before signing with Los Angeles in February. Irvin pitched in 4 Cactus League games, including a pair of starts before being reassigned to minor league camp on March 16th. Allen and Irvin represent a deliberate strategy. Find experienced left-handed arms who spent 2025 in Korea, bring them in on low-risk deals, and see if the development environment at Camelback Ranch can unlock something. The Dodgers do this better than anyone in baseball. Their ability to identify pitchers who have fallen through the cracks and rehabilitate them within their system is one of the most consistent organizational advantages they've had over the past decade. The roster need here is real, by the way. If you look at the Dodgers' current left-handed pitching depth at the big league level, it's thin. Justin Wrobleski has been the most visible southpaw rotation option, and he's projected to slot in as the 6th starter, with Blake Snell still not game-ready to open the season. The bullpen has pieces, but a proven left-handed option with experience and durability is not something this roster has in abundance. Allen, if he arrives in good shape and his stuff translates, fills a genuine need. He's not a projection. He's a 29-year-old who has worked at multiple levels, in multiple countries, in international competition, and against hitters with varying styles. That experience doesn't disappear. Is this a guaranteed contributor? No. The 5.79 career ERA exists for a reason, and we shouldn't pretend it doesn't. But the version of Allen who took the ball 31 times in Korea and worked 173 innings, that guy arrived at Camelback Ranch Thursday morning and took pictures in Dodger blue. The version who posted a 2.70 ERA for Canada in the WBC is in that same building right now. And the version who is out of minor league options means the Dodgers can't easily hide him in AAA if the stuff is working. The risk here is essentially zero. The upside is a legitimate lefty contributor on a team that is built to win the World Series. That's the entire equation. And the Dodgers understand that equation better than any organization in the sport. Now let's pivot to the other major storyline coming out of Dodger camp, because Shohei Ohtani just took the mound for the first time in 2026 and the results were encouraging. Ohtani made his spring debut this week against the San Francisco Giants, throwing 4.1 scoreless innings in a Dodgers victory. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed. His first inning was a masterclass in efficiency. He retired the side on 5 pitches. Sharp, clean, dominant. The stuff was there, the command was mostly there, and the biggest question mark heading into spring: is this arm healthy and ready to ramp up for a full season? Got a very clear, very positive answer. Ohtani himself acknowledged the outing wasn't exactly as crisp as he'd have liked. He wanted more. That's just how he is. But from the outside looking in, watching a pitcher touch triple digits in spring training while also being one of the three best hitters in baseball is still something that doesn't fully compute. He's just different. And the fact that he pushed through to the fifth inning, he was originally supposed to go 4, but was efficient enough to keep going, tells you the arm strength is genuinely there. Dave Roberts spoke to Sportsnet LA's Kirsten Watson after the outing. I thought it was good. Obviously, he knows we're getting close to starting the season, so there was certainly a lot of focus, and it wasn't as crisp as I'm sure he would have wanted. But it speaks to how talented he is. To touch the fifth inning, it was a win he felt good coming out of. Roberts also didn't shy away from Ohtani's personal ambitions for 2026, and went on record about where the ceiling might be. Regardless of my expectations for him, his are going to exceed those. I think it's fair to say he expects to be in the Cy Young conversation, but we just want him to be healthy and make starts. All the numbers and statistics will take care of themselves. Cy Young conversation, stated out loud by the manager with a straight face. And you know what? After what Ohtani did on the mound last season, posting a 2.87 ERA across 14 regular season starts in his return from Tommy John surgery, it's not a ridiculous thing to say. It's actually the natural next step. His first full season back on the mound, healthy, with a full spring training behind him and 162 games ahead of him. The ingredients are there. Whether the results match is the reason we play the games. The plan heading forward is one more spring start, expected during the Freeway Series against the Angels next week, before his first regular season appearance, which projects to come in Los Angeles' second series of the year against Cleveland, beginning March 30th. He'll DH on opening day with Yamamoto getting the ball for the season opener. That timeline is perfectly sensible. Nobody is rushing anything. The Dodgers have Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, and enough depth behind them that the rotation doesn't need Ohtani throwing 6 innings on day 1. What they need is him healthy, ramped up properly, and ready to grind through a full season. And this is where Logan Allen circles back into the picture, because what the Dodgers are building here is a system. Not just a starting lineup and a rotation. They're building an organism that can absorb injury, absorb variance, absorb the unpredictability of a 6-month season. They have Ohtani healthy and ramping. They have a loaded rotation that still has question marks in the 4 and 5 spots. And now they have 2 reclamation left-handers from the KBO who know how to take the ball and work innings. One of them has already been moved to minor league camp. The other one is just getting started. The depth isn't glamorous. None of this is. But depth is what wins in October when your third starter goes down in August and your closer needs 2 weeks off and everything that was supposed to hold together starts to fray. The Dodgers never stop building it. 1 week to go. Opening day is almost here. Yamamoto gets the ball. Ohtani is healthy. The roster is nearly set. And at Camelback Ranch, a left-handed pitcher who was headed to Mexico is taking pictures in Dodger blue and getting his last real shot at the big leagues. I don't know how the Logan Allen story ends. Nobody does. But the Dodgers believed it was worth finding out. With a guy who has no options left, they just might have to find out sooner than expected. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Daily Dodgers coverage every single day from now through October, and you do not want to miss it. Drop a comment and tell me honestly, does Logan Allen make the Dodgers active roster at some point in 2026? I want to know what you're thinking. And for the full breakdown on Ohtani's spring debut and what his Cy Young ceiling actually looks like, we've got that covered right here on the channel. Thanks for watching. Let's get this season started.